what's up, Shawn? Boom, here we go. It was
back
over.
in.
Back in.
Like you never left.
Quick, and I didn't use for a minute, I was just selling dope there for a good minute, and then I started using. Things started getting weird. Just started not clicking for me. I started making bad choices, bad people, things like that. And then one night I went to go meet up with some friends to make a deal. Guy came to make the purchase, pulled out a gun, pulled the trigger. The gun didn't go off. I pulled out my buck knife, stabbed him 9 times, and tried killing him right there on the spot. And I went on with my day like it was nothing.
Damn.
So that's how
like
it was.
Movie.
So 21, right out of college, year and a half. What was the second one while you're cooking?
A couple years out after that, I was like
25.
Yeah, no, not quite there, because I got married, and then I was good for a long stint, like almost 10 years, no trouble, no nothing. I was in South Dakota. I was doing good. Moved to Wisconsin. I was a GM for Panera Bread.
Wow.
Like a district manager for Denny's. I was a pretty big person, like in the industry for the food, for a while.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then I got divorced. And that
spiraled you?
That spiraled. I had my kids and everything. So she left me, went to Texas, ended up doing some hoo-ha stuff like women like to do, some of them. And I was like, cool. I had all of her shit in the driveway. When she pulled up from the airport with her car, all of her stuff was right in the driveway. Have a nice life, and took my kids. I had 3 kids, and I bounced, and I moved to Vegas. Gonna get close to family. I need that help,
Your family sucks.
Oh, my family's horrible. Horrible. But I'm like, okay, my sister just got a big settlement. I have a twin sister, rest in peace. She died November 2nd, 4 years ago.
Wow.
But, so it's just with that, I just kind of like lost my mojo, with the kids and the wife. And
You're in survival mode, so you went back to your native instincts.
Yes, thinking the family's going to help me. They got this money, Yeah, they did, always, trying to look out. Mom and my sister got me into an apartment and stuff. I started dating my girlfriend from high school. I lost my virginity to. She was a school teacher, really good person.
Las Vegas?
Yeah, in Las Vegas. And then she started getting hooked on like OxyContin or Roxy's at the time. I think it was Roxycontin at the time. It's like a synthetic, drug and shit, really bad. And I was just like, man, this doesn't work. This isn't my type of life. I don't want this type of stuff. And I just picked up a bunch of weed from my dad, because my dad's always had pot, and started selling weed, on the side, and just working. I was working for Dunkin' Donuts as a GM at the time. And was just doing my thing. And then one day I just lost it, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna get high.
Yeah.
Started smoking some dope, and then it just went downhill. I caught a little 12 to 30 month sentence on a possession of stolen property, like a grand larceny type thing. And from there I got out to the Casa Grande and did all that stuff there, and then I was out
Back
of
in
Casa
with the
Grande,
crowd, and then went crazy.
and then it was just downhill.
Yeah.
I mean,
So how old were you when you went in for the third time?
oh, let's see, I'm 48 now. I would have been in my late 30s.
So what clicked then? Like, take me through that.
Oh, man, let's see. 2 years of solitary confinement clicked for me. I expired from the whole. So for me,
That's crazy.
zero connection with the world at all.
That sounds insane, bro.
Yeah. So it
How
seems
tough
like
was that?
It probably took you to the point where you're like, that was probably your moment of like, fuck, I need to figure this out.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And people find Jesus and stuff, and I've never been that guy. I'm not dogging a person that does and loves God and praise him every day. I love him, but it's just not my thing,
Yeah.
So I never picked up the Bible to read it or anything like that. I picked up like Nietzsche and philosophers
Nietzsche.
and stuff and stuff. I started reading philosophy and bigger stuff, out there. And
Fire.
started just trying to find myself a little bit more,
You're forced to. Solitary confinement. Tell me about that.
So, you're in like a 10-by-6 cell. One little tiny slitted window. You get fed through your slot every day. Every other day you come out for a shower, and you get cage time every other day or every 2 days. I never left my cell other than to receive like a medication if I had to go to the dentist or something like that. I didn't shower in the showers. I didn't do any of that stuff. I bird bathed in my cell, showered in my cell. Lived in my cell 2 years, no contact. I didn't want it. Didn't write anyone. I didn't call anyone. I never used a phone in the 6 years I was down.
You were just getting your shit together.
I had to just separate, because the only way to get right is to disconnect. Anything that's negative, just disconnect from it.
Fire.
Don't bring it into your lifestyle, and you won't have that lifestyle.
That's
Yeah,
tough.
that kind of seemed your broken record there. But hearing your story was like and again, it's like we don't. I think we don't, like understand how much that affects our kids. Is like our home, And, and then you look at all the shit you had to go through to go. Okay, my habit is I come from a bad place, so it's like Nick was saying, like almost every time you'd go back to that bad place, but it's like you grew up with it, so it's like like your journey to discover
the new place,
right?
Like okay, I don't want to come back to this place, and sometimes it takes.
But I did.
Yeah,
we always do. We're
got
humans.
out of prison.
We're humans, bro.
I went to Georgia, and it wasn't working. I come out of prison and I was really Aryan, not like Aryan Nation shit. I'm talking skinhead shit, like real, like structured. You know what I mean? I wasn't into the black scene or any of that. It was hard for me at first to fit into society because you're so programmed in there to hate.
Yeah,
it's all hate. Oh, you have long hair? I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's crazy.
You look like you're fucking another Mexican or you're something different. I don't like you. It's a hate thing. It is. It's predominantly hate.
Where does that come from? Is that an atmospheric indoctrination, or is that like just the gang, the groups? It's all protect.
I think
don't
it's like
trust
anything.
nobody.
I think it's like the people have just, like you said, indoctrinated into them. It's something that's just been passed on to everybody. It's like a key holder, the same person, they pass on the this to that, and they're going to be the same way, So it's just something that's been repetition, It's just a lot of hate,
What do you think about reincarceration rates?
What is exactly that?
People getting in, getting out, getting back in because they didn't either get the lesson or just you think it's like they don't train you. Did they not train you correctly on once you get out, like what to do?
I mean, I don't know about here or any of that because I didn't do any prison time here, just a lot of county time and stuff. As far as the prison system that I was in, you only got the money you were put on your books. They took a percentage of your money every time it came in. Say if you sent me $100, they'd keep $10. Okay, I get 90. That $10 went into a trust account. That trust account was for when you got released, you had some money.
Damn.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
So I didn't really have too much when I got out. I fell with a little bit of cash. I had some money on my books when I went in. Had a friend at the time, my dad, my uncle, they'd send me money, here and there, get me my care packages for like the holidays, for like my deodorants and stuff. It lasted me all year,
Yeah.
Then I started working in the kitchen and cooking. I didn't need anyone, so I just started doing that, So
wow.
Try to do my thing.
So you're saying once you got out that third time, you went to Georgia and you kind of fell back into it. So go back to that place and like that.
Yeah, I didn't fall into the drugs in Georgia. I just I couldn't do it there as much as I wanted to be by my kids. I lived in a weekly, and it was ganged up, and it was real dark. That's all we're gonna say. It was real dark.
You could feel that.
I could feel it. Yeah, I felt that there was gonna be some hostile stuff happening, or I was gonna be robbed, or I'd be taken advantage of,
back into the,
or something's gonna happen, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, fuck. I told my kids, I love you guys. I'm out. I gotta go. And they already. I've let them down so much. My first kids, they already know. They're like, "Oh, Dad, he's fucking there. He goes, he's back on it." I'm like, "Oh man." So I felt bad, And then I moved out to Spokane. Moved in with my brother-in-law. His name's Richard. He's a great man.
Is that how you met your girl?
Yeah, it's his sister. I didn't even know he had a sister. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna move in my meth addicted sister into the house to get her sober." I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "Are you cool with that?" I'm like, I mean, I got a lot of shit to share. I'm sure I can maybe help them, guide them in the right way, and try to save them.
At this point in your life, you're like, there's no way I'm going back.
Yeah, no. At this point, I'm like, I'm not going back. And then I meet her, and I fucking relapse.
Oh, fuck.
Because she's on meth, right? So I'm like, fucking develop this attraction to this young lady. And then I start wanting to do whatever, right? So I kind of like screw myself,
Community, you are who you hang around.
Dude, product of your environment. That's my words, man. I made a little documentary on this kid I met when I met her. It was her best friend. He was like 16 or something. And I made a video. It's on YouTube, and it's that right there. It tells it's you're a product of your environment. You really are,
That's crazy, bro. My craziest thing I can think about, you literally pulled it on you, shot. It didn't even click. You're alive, bro. You should be dead.
Right.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was a rough
I remember when he told me that story for the first time. That's exactly what I thought.
Product of your environment. It's all. There's no accidents, bro. There's nothing. There's no accidents.
No. Everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for me, not to me.
Yeah. And everybody's putting your way for either a blessing or a lesson. And that's the truth. You know, you get blessings and lessons in life.
What about what about the Mexican dude who, right when you got released from Casa Grande,
had your shit together,
and that couple days later you end up stabbing someone? What do you think that dude? Who was his name?
Oh, I don't even remember at the time.
The name of a name. You don't have to name him, but like
I don't even remember.
Character 3.
Yeah.
How soon after meeting him did you stab someone?
Oh, it was like, man, it was a minute.
Oh, okay.
It was a good. I mean,
it seemed
was
like you
fucking
got out
up for a good minute.
Yeah.
I mean, I was getting away with it.
It seemed like that guy was the.
I feel like with
kind of like a
it
difference.
Builds.
Oh, it does.
You know what I'm saying? I remember.
That's what sin is, bro.
We've had friends, that fall off, and he's always told me that because I don't come from that shit, right? So I've had friends that fall off, and Shawn's helped me through a lot of that because I don't understand any of that shit. Like my family was bad, but there's different levels of bad. Like if mine was a 5, his was a 12. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. It's just, and he was always just like, no, dude, like, the shit usually gets worse before it gets better. And he'd always...
Rock bottom, yeah.
Yeah,
it does.
Builds up.
Humans are very interesting creatures, bro.
Oh, we are, and we're so predictable, it's crazy. Like,
that's true.
I've never... It's cool now, because, like, I met her and stuff, and she really just changed my life. My son's changed my life. I mean,
So go back to that. So, like, you relapsed, and then, like, what happened?
So I relapsed, and at this whole time we're trying to. I'm working 2 jobs. I'm actually working at Waddell's, and I'm working at the Swinging Doors. I think it's called Swinging Doors up there.
When you did relapse, when you met her,
I was still working. Yeah.
I just meant like, did you guys like fond of each other? Like.
So no, we just kind of chilled, and I was just kind of like.
But you were kind of crushing on her.
You were vibing.
Nah, it wasn't right away. It was kind of more like, man, I just need to get laid. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like the joint had no pussy,
It's been a minute.
Trying to fuck.
You're like, it's been a minute.
Yeah, for real.
God,
so
you just saw a target. You're like, lock in.
Yeah, and then here's this little thing here, So I'm like, sweet, this will work, So I mean, yeah, I was vibing with her, for the most part. I had this real cool connection with her. Like I've known her forever. It was weird, and I've never met her in my life. I just kind of like know her story, and I know her past and what she's doing and done, So it's made it real easy for me,
So what's that story like? How that unfolded?
Yeah. So where to go from there? You guys relapsed, then what happened?
Relapse
together. Or what?
Yeah, we tried saving up some money to get. We want to get to South Dakota. Her dad was living out there. It's crazy because I moved her dad out to South Dakota to get sober in 2000. In 2000, my house got raided by the DEA, DCI, and the local sheriff's department, game fish and parks, everybody for manufacturing methamphetamine. I wasn't manufacturing methamphetamine at this time in my house. My wife at the time was getting supplies with his wife, and they were making meth. We didn't know nothing, right? So that all unfolded.
So that was a connection you guys made later?
This is my first wife. This was in the 90s. This was like in the 2000s.
But you said it was like your first wife and her dad?
Yeah. So I didn't even know that.
Dad or Katie's dad.
No, Katie's dad. I moved Katie's dad out to South Dakota with his wife and her brother, which just turned 22 today, and I moved him out there to get sober. Well, that didn't happen, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't know any really thing other than, like anything about Katie too much because I knew she was adopted by her family, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
So we wanted to get to him in South Dakota. That was our whole thing, to get out there because I know South Dakota is a good place to get right. It's
quiet.
Real easy.
It's quiet.
Oh, yeah. People are cool. They want to help you. Jobs are easy. The pay is good, cheap living.
Beautiful out there, too.
Oh, and it's great, really great. So we couldn't get our shit together. So one day we're like, fuck it, we're going to Catholic Charities. I go to Catholic Charities, not a God guy, but I do praise Jesus, and I love him dearly. We went there, and we were asking for help. They're like, what do you guys need? I need 2 bus tickets out of here ASAP. I don't need nothing else. Oh, no problem. Bought us 2 bus tickets out to South Dakota. Never looked back. My son was born 2016. That's what saved me. It wasn't her as much as it is him. She's a big part of it, but because she's my rock, you know, my like go-to, you know, for everything. But he is my fucking soul. Like, this kid, I love him more than anything in the world, man.
Wow.
More than my dad, more than myself.
What's his name?
His name's Ashton. We call him Bubba. Yeah, he's a good kid, man. But that's really, he was born, and I was just like, I have a chance to be a father now.
Yeah, which you lost.
I lost all that because I chose a fast life and drugs, and was writing my kids from prison and jail, and never seen them, and sending them back to their mom.
What were like the few years before you had your kid? Was it like, were you clean, or like, what did that look like?
Oh yeah. So as soon as we moved out to South Dakota, she got pregnant. So like,
so that's probably like what,
4 months. So I met her in December. I met her in December around my birthday, Christmas time. That right around, because my birthday's in December, so it was like right around that time. And then we moved out to there like a few months later. It wasn't very long at all. And then she got pregnant and had my son. So.
Yeah, so 2015.
Yeah,
he
was born
wild.
2016.
But do you feel like
in March?
But it seemed like for the first time in your life, really, well, like it was capitalized by your son at the end of it, right? But for you, what I could see is you were starting to really stack good habits. You were like, for the first time in your life, you're like, we need to get away from this shit.
Right.
Where, you know, for the longest time, it seemed like you were like, oh, it's cool, I'll fall back into it, right? Like, or, you know, maybe you were like, oh, I shouldn't, but you're like, whatever. But it's almost seemed like in a moment you were like, I'm done, I'm not going back, we're going to get our shit together. And then it was like you were stacking these really good. So it's no surprise that you're here doing well, because it seemed like you started just stacking those good habits.
Oh, just consistently just trying to pay it forward, really, man, to be honest with you. I'm like always trying to help, you know, anybody and everybody, whether it's a senior citizen or whatever. I'll do anything for anybody, man. I really will, you know. So just trying to pay it forward from being such a fucked up individual. I just want to give. That's it. I just want to give everybody my love. Just pay it forward. That's it.
It's good.
It's a cool statement when you say, I just want to pick your brain. It's just a cool statement. You say, I'm not a God guy, but I praise Jesus. It's just cool to, what does that mean to you?
I didn't grow up in that life, you know. I didn't have the Bible, you know, readily available, or the church atmosphere environment. I have friends that were Mormons, and I got to do things with their family, and I was like, oh, this is fucking cool, you know. But we were still going to smoke pot and snorting pills, you know, on vacation.
Together with the Mormons?
Oh, with the Mormon son, you know. My best friend, Eric.
Shout out Eric.
Yeah, Eric, my boy. Yeah. Rest in peace, brother.
Yeah. You know what they say? The best way to keep a Mormon from drinking your beer is to invite another Mormon. They'll never do it around each other. But when they're alone,
it's all.
Man, they are crazy.
Yeah, so
aren't we all?
But yeah, it's just it's been a struggle, you know, just getting it right, you know, and never wanting to go back. You know, it took me a long minute. I've just been doing it now, going on 10 years now, like legitimately strong. I put in 25,000 plus steps a day. I'm probably in the best shape of my life. I have asthma and COPD and stuff, but I mean, I don't let it stop me. I just keep moving, you know.
It's tough, man. I grew up with a addict mom, and you know, it's just it's a tough life, tough atmosphere, but there's no inner monster, bro. There's no, like, that's one of the books I've been reading is neuro-linguistic programming is NLP. There's no inner monster. Everyone is doing the best they know how to do. There's no judgment, bro.
Right.
So, like, I don't know. I love my mom. Like, she hasn't been my legal guardian since I was 15. So she's not my mother, but she's like this like older aunt that I'm like, Nux, love you as a friend, but like,
yeah, I wish I could say that.
No intimate, no trust, but like, Nux, hope you do awesome. Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, me and my dad are real. I love my dad, man. He's sober. You know, he's been an addict his whole life. You know, my dad was what do you call a functional drug addict, right? Owns houses. I mean, he owns his motorcycles, his cars. You know, he's always had a job, 100,000 plus a year in the 90s and up. You know, he's a chef for the Luxor, Excalibur, Binion's Horseshoe. I mean, you name it. He's cooked for Michael Jackson, all kinds of shit.
So that's your inspiration then for the cooking.
Well, I thought I could be like him. I want to be a manageable drug addict, you know. Mm-hmm. So that's not going to work. You know?
Yeah, that was your dad?
That was my dad. But he's sober now, you know.
What's his name?
His name's Chip.
Chip.
Yeah, he's sober. He's just bought a house in Duck. Oh yeah, he's sober. He's got a house on Duck Lake on the west coast of Washington here.
Oh, nice.
So you know, he had a bunch of land in Tennessee. When my grandma died, they went down there. He couldn't do the south thing. It was just weird for him and stuff. So he moved back out to the West Coast near the ocean. So
crazy.
Yeah, I just I don't have a relationship with my mom either. So
what about what's it like with your first set of kids?
Oh, so my son works for BP, British Petroleum. He's the youngest surveyor ever to become a surveyor for the pipeline.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's a pretty remarkable kid. You know, he's turning 26, so it's pretty cool to have him. I talk to him quite often. My youngest daughter, I don't have really a relationship with all, but I don't think she's mine, to be honest with you. I'm not saying that's an excuse because I'll raise her as my own. If she called me today, I'd be like, you have a house, come here. You know, I love you, but I think my wife was a little promiscuous at the time and kind of, you know, might be the mailman's baby or something. So I never really had that relationship.
Mailman, yeah.
But my son and my second daughter, my first daughter, Haley, we were real close, but she started being a user as far as, like, I think she's got on drugs herself. And then she started wanting money. So I would be that dad, you know, I'm trying to buy their love, right? Oh, yeah, I fucking fucked up so bad, I want to give you everything, right?
Yeah.
Well, I cut it off when I figured I was being used. Mm-hmm. And then I'm the bad guy. So it's like I threw her the middle finger and cut her ass all the way off. I ain't talking to her or my grandkids real close, the baby daddy.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Whatever.
That's crazy.
I don't care.
Yeah. Everything happens for you, not to you, bro. And then it's not over till it's over. Like, you know, there's always hope.
Yeah, just don't give up. You know, the biggest thing for anybody out there, man, I can tell you is just if you're doing things that aren't right, just disassociate.
Yeah.
Period. If you can you have to have a mind, though. You can't just do it. You know,
disconnect from your bad environment. Because you're the product of your environment.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're in a bad environment, you're going to have bad fruit.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of it, you know, people use shit as, oh, my childhood trauma made me this way. Come on, man.
You got free will. You have
trauma.
choices.
Mm-hmm. We don't even need to talk about that. That'd be another podcast, you know. Yeah. But we just live life now. Today is what I'm living for. I'm not living for tomorrow. I'm not living for yesterday. We're talking about yesterday. I flooded fucking Hunter's apartments. Let's talk about yesterday.
That shit was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So I mean, you just go with the flow. You know, just everything happens for a reason. You know?
Yeah.
Like Master Oogway. From Kung Fu Panda.
For sure.
So, last thing I want to talk about is, like, you do the dog thing. So, tell us about that.
Oh, yeah. So, I moved out to Spokane for a company called Renegade Northwest. It was a big roofing metal company. They did all the schools and the, like, Tri-Cities, big stuff, man. I started working for them. I became their lead foreman, their main dude. No roofing experience, no construction background. I just had work ethic. I wanted to work, and I wanted to please. A year with them, I was their main dude. I knew everything about the systems. I could do anything as GAF certified, do it all. So started doing that, and then we got laid off. I was like, damn, how am I going to, the fucking unemployment ain't paying my bills in Spokane. I hit up my weed grower friend. I'm like, dude, I need a 25-pack. 25 pounds, I'm going to take it to South Dakota. I'm going to bring back your money. Can you trust me? Come to the farm. Go out to the farm. I pick up 25 pounds. Tell the wife we're making a road trip to South Dakota. She's like, oh, can Grandma go along? I said, this ain't the trip for Grandma, you know what I'm saying? This is us, you know. Let's just take the trip, you know. Took the trip out there and turned 25 into 50, turned 50 into 75, and we stopped at that. And just enough money to kind of survive, you know. Then one day I was scrolling through Facebook and I seen these cool ass dogs. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna take some of this money that we just made and I'm gonna buy a dog. I bought a dog, his name's Sodak, after South Dakota for the weed money, you know, and I was like, got him, and he was cool. He ended up breaking his patella, his growth plate in his knee, cost me $5,000. So now I'm like 7 G's into this dog, and I'm like, this shit is fucking rough. I need another one.
Yeah.
So I get another dog. I buy a dog from Jacob Bates, and paid $3,000 for her, and it's a female. And I'm like, all right, now I got me a little female. Now I can kind of maybe recoup some of this loss, you know, off of this stuff. I'm probably $125,000 in the dogs, and I haven't recouped a damn fucking dollar, but I love it, brother.
Wow.
I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Passion project.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're moving forward, you know, with it. We got some big things in the works right now with them, so we're just kind of plugging away with it. I'm real patient, man. I'm like a chess player. I love chess too, you know.
I love chess.
Patient, it's all methodical. It's all about a movement and placement and putting things into place, you know. So I don't rush anything, man.
I don't know how much you can disclose with that. The little story within a story, 25 to 50 to 75. That's interesting.
Yeah, and did a couple of those road trips. My wife had a warrant. Didn't even know. So if we would have got pulled over with a warrant.
With 25 to 50 to 75.
We were done.
Yeah.
Son at home with the fucking brother-in-law and the sister-in-law. Doesn't even know where mom and dad's at. We ain't coming back. So I wasn't.
That's crazy.
I wasn't thinking like, damn, I'm jeopardizing everything again. But it's just, and it's for drugs. But it's really, I don't think it is like a drug like that. But in reality, it's
South Dakota and Montana. It's
zero tolerance.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fuck, I'm going away for life. You know what I mean? I would get struck out for sure. I already have.
When was this?
This wasn't too long ago. Let's see, my son was 2.
So 2018, 19?
Yeah, 19, 20.
That's like a 18-hour car ride.
Oh, yeah, I just did Minneapolis and back in 42 and a quarter hours. And I picked up a dog,
So about the dogs, you said you're 125 into it. Are you just buying dogs that are cool, or is that...
No, that's just traveling, the shows, everything you put in it, just C-sections, vet cost. There's just everything, that you have into it. I have a couple females at the house now that we should be able to pull, in between 5 and 10 a dog, 1,000 per dog. 5 to 10 dogs, so we could reap 50 to 100K off of a litter if it's all methodically out there. There's a guy that does it, and he has a stud one dog, and his dog's $2 million a year, I think is what he said. His dog's name's Kobe.
Damn, that's insane.
Yeah, I mean, it's big money,
That beats flipping packs.
As long as you do it right, though.
Yeah, you have
ethically and
it's ethics for us. It's placement, I just got a dog back not too long ago, and because the home wasn't right for him, it's all about placement. It really is. It's just like our kids. I love them, So, yeah, but it'll all start paying forward. We're 6 years into it. I mean, we've made money. I'm not gonna fucking bullshit you. I made something back, but break even. You're $2,500, $3,000 into a breeding, just with progesterone testing and C-section, and haven't even touched the buy of the semen. That could be anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000, depending on the dog. So, it gets expensive really quick.
Crazy, man. That's a
My
different
wife
world.
fucking hates them too. She loves the dogs, but she would be better with a cat.
Yeah.
And my dog ate the cat. So, we had a great cat, and then my...
R.I.P. What's the cat's name?
Her name was Oreo. She was the best damn cat.
R.I.P. Oreo.
R.I.P. Oreo. You were a good kitty. But, yeah, Storm ate her.
Dogs got to eat, though.
Oh, yeah, she did. They did that. I don't know if it was all of them or one of them, but it was rough.
That's crazy, man. That's a different world,
bro. And I lied to the wife. And was like, oh, your fucking cat got hit by a car.
Does she know yet?
Yes, she knows.
I was about, damn, I don't need her to see on this thing.
She's about to see her live feed. Nah,
it was rough.
I don't know if we're live.
I wasn't lying. I didn't look at it as lying, but really I was
protecting her.
Yeah.
Trying to save her soul a little bit.
Yeah,
your goldfish ran away.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Your goldfish went for a swimming lesson.
Your
extended swimming lesson.
Yeah, we sent your hamster to summer camp.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's great though. Yeah, the dogs are. I think keep me balanced, man. My wife's gone 4 to 5 days a week. She's a caregiver for her grandma and also is a director of sales for a hotel out here. So she's really a busy woman. Works full-time job and take care of her grandma full-time. So I'm at home with my son and the dogs, and that's our thing. And him, we really love him. He's a dog whisperer, so that's really sick. Nice. So.
That's a cool little round too for you.
It keeps me out of trouble because if I have idle hands, man.
Idle hands are a devil's workshop.
Oh, fuck! I'm gonna.
That's my dad's line, bro. I love that one.
That's the truth.
I love that.
Just like you, if you're not busy,
nothing good happens from idle hands.
No, gosh, no, never. Stay busy.
Yeah, Zach found a quote: "Never trust a man without a vice."
Yeah, my buddy AJ always says that.
That's true. I mean, think about it, though. I mean, at least you have a niche, for something.
Everybody's got something.
Yeah, if someone's saying they don't have any, addictions or problems.
Nicotine, man. That's the one.
You can't trust them because it's not real.
Or they're hiding. Smoke major dabs, couple grams a day.
Pharisee. If someone says they're perfect, they're a Pharisee. They're a snake.
There's no perfect, man.
Hiding
nothing. Perfect's what
dark.
You see.
Perfect is a facade.
That's nothing. There's no such thing. Yeah, don't take nothing for granted,
Purpose of life is to know and to be known, or else you'll never feel loved. The true love is someone knowing you fully, head to toe, and still accepting you.
That's this guy here, man. Like, I owe a lot to Zak Allen, man. I'm not gonna fucking bullshit you. I just said this today to a guy. I was like, Zak Allen's my life. Like, this guy's been my lifeline for many years. He's been not just my friend, he's also been a mentor to me. Like, I'm trying to change my outlook on stuff and trying to be more of a business person.
Yeah.
Which is really hard because I'm just a worker bee.
Yeah.
I'm not a business person. I don't know what the fuck's business, you know? I know business. Let's go make money. Let's go work, you know?
Yeah.
That's the business I know.
Yeah, yeah.
He's the opposite, you know? Or,
yeah, and a lot of, like, just, like, even in the last year, there's been a lot of people skills.
Yep.
Too. Yeah. And, like, I've seen him change completely with how he deals with people. At first, he was hella hothead. And then, you know, we had to have conversations and be like, dude, like, I want you to start running these jobs, but you can't be popping off on people, dude, because unfortunately, if you're leading shit, like, you can't do that. You know, like, you lose that luxury. Like, you know, like, you can, but it has to be, like, a certain, you know, it has to be done in a certain way or respect, you know. So it's like, even though it's easy to be like, you motherfucker, but it's like, you can't, you can't, you know, like, to foster an environment that, you know, people want to be around. And stuff, and we've had to deal with a lot of people just doing dumb shit to us this year, you know. So
it's been a rough year for sure. A great year because a lot of change and a lot of cool stuff's happened, but like really rough.
Joe Biden economy, bro.
Yeah, that and morons and ignorant peoples and bad choices, you know, for us picking characters that we thought were beautiful souls and actually were in disguise devils, you know. So
heard that,
and you know, firsthand. So.
Oh yeah.
And we're all do. So it's one of them things that's like, I'm still cleaning up work from these people, you know. Like,
I know.
To this day.
Yeah. But that's just like the construction side too, man. Like, you lose one, you're going to gain another.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it's just the sad part about it is, like, you usually get one good guy at the head that can get it, you know, stay shit together, and the rest of them just kind of, it's a high turnover industry, dude.
It's just rough too because not everybody just, I don't know with you guys how it is, but with me, it's like not everyone has the same drive.
Yeah.
Not everyone wants to chase a lead or not go get it, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm the opposite. I'm like, I'm always working. I'm always on Spokane Contractors. I'm always looking for stuff. I'm cold calls or whatever, too, you know? So
yeah.
Follow-ups.
Yeah, how's that one on 8th?
8th.
He wanted to do an ADU in his backyard.
Oh, yeah. So I just saw him at Home Depot, was it Monday? Yeah, Monday with his wife, and he was saving his cash up because I gave him a quote on it. Now he wants to build up and not out.
Okay.
So we're going to take his garage and we're going to build 2-story up.
That's sick.
It's going to be fun. Really
How much?
On that one, I think I have to re-look at it, but just I could give you a rough idea. Just for the electrical and septic, we're at like $26K. So it'll probably be like 60, 56. But
that dude's a dreamer.
That's turnkey.
Yeah.
That's appliances.
That's ready.
That's moving. That's move-in ready.
ADU.
An ADU. So it'll be nice.
That's fire.
And he's keeping his garage like he wanted.
Oh, that's your homie, yeah.
Yeah, my guy, yeah.
So,
that was a sync lead. Cold calls.
Nice, dude.
That all came from that. And he's already sent me 2 referrals.
Yeah. That's it right there. He's cool.
He's cool, bro.
Super American.
Oh, he loves Trump. Oh, he loves Trump, bro.
You can tell.
He's fun, man.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. I like his Jeep, too.
That thing's clean.
Yeah, it's bad. He's like, you want to buy it? I'm like, dude, you see what I drive a 99 Chevy with 220 on it?
He's a salesman. I tried to get him to work for Hunter because he'd probably make $200K a year.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. He's the finance manager at that car lot. Makes 110, 130. He's doing car lots for people with, you know, it's all the same game. It's just a people game.
It really is. It's all about skill, you know.
But, man, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, Zach's my savior, man. Like, as far as, like, I probably would have moved a while back if he wasn't, like, the person he is, you know, for me. Cause my good friend Jacob Bates and him are not good friends. You know what I mean? So it's like one of, you know, so it's like.
I used one of Jacob's cars for a music video for music.
Yeah. His lowrider, his red one.
His red one.
I love Jacob. Jacob's a good person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just, you know, made bad business decisions. Not everyone's in for business.
Not everyone's a good business. Not everyone should have a business. Some people should just get a job.
Worker. Just work. Just work. And I've thought about that too. I'm like, man, should I just suck it up and go work for the city? Because I like, you know, like to get a city job or something, you know.
Pension, guaranteed money.
Yeah, just
easy
chill,
hours.
you know. I have good work ethic. I could definitely get a job easily. I show up every day no matter what. So, but I kind of like my schedule free roam because I can pick my son up from school. I take him to school every day. I pick him up. I've never missed a day.
So sick. Way more worth it.
That's the
yes.
That's your boy, dude.
Oh yeah.
That's your prince.
That's my everything. That's my
That's
reason.
him. That's your freaking pass the baton.
Yeah, for sure.
Most important thing.
Yeah, and that's another thing I keep telling myself too is like just remember, they're sponges, because you gotta watch everything you do because they're like right on you. You
soak it all.
You all know that.
You produce what you are.
Oh,
you
yeah.
create what you are.
Oh, yeah.
That's the tough part about being a leader.
Well, we have child molesters across the street from us, right where we live and shit. And
Homie's about to get stabbed 9 times again.
my son's like, "Fuck you, child molesters," right?
Yeah.
Literally, he's 7. I'll let him say it. I told him to flip him off. Like,
yeah.
Fuck you, child molesters. So the other day he's outside and he's on the trampoline. Fuck you, you fucking child molesters. So here comes Karen out of her house.
No, not the Karen.
This is what he said.
Nancy.
She comes up, to defend the child molester. My son said, "Are you a child molester?"
Damn.
And then he calls her a Karen.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Where's your dad or your something like
He's
that?"
like, "Oh, I'll show you my dad."
Oh, yeah,
She
it's
sees
rough.
you. She's like, "Oh, I get it now."
Yeah, it's been rough.
Did you do your own ink?
No, I just my legs and stuff. I got a lot of tattoos from when I was apprenticing and stuff like that. Most of my stuff's from, 96, I think. I got most of my tattoos in the 90s, and then I got my head done
Vegas
and stuff, in
the
prison
shop
and shit. So
What's the weirdest tattoo you have? I'll show you my weird one on my shoulder.
I don't really have any weird.
Most meaningful.
I would say my headpiece.
Tell me about it.
It's just like it's a bunch of things, man. It's like for me, it's a collage of a lot of faces and a lot of like two-faced stuff. Like on the side, or one of the sides of a guy and a girl and a dog, face like being two-faced. At that time I was always like women are fucking shady, but the whole time it was me.
Wow.
Because I couldn't commit. You know what I mean? So there's one of them things. So
Wow.
I like to look at that a lot. And then I got the face up the top, face in the back, kind of watching all of my angles and stuff. Just more of a. You fucked up, don't fucking do it again type thing.
Yeah.
So that's what that is for me. I see it every single day.
Good.
I got it in the joint.
Yeah.
Took it out with me. So
yeah.
I ain't trying to get it finished in the joint.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
it's like, Man. And it's my hair piece, man. And Grandma said, "Don't get my face tattooed," and my hair was going bad, like my buddy Jerry on the other side over here.
Oh,
the hairline was rough, bro. It was real bad. Baloney patch.
You just gotta accept it.
Yeah,
I did.
I always say there comes a point where you're just bald with extra steps.
Yeah. Did you ever hear the story about how he bullied me into shaving my head?
I was actually at that.
Zach's
event.
a good bully, man.
That was Michael
that was
Crane.
great. That was a good.
It was luckily
Zach
not
went
as public
full
as that.
trilogy.
Yeah.
Fully disclosed.
Yeah.
Magnificent movie.
He's been on a mission since Dream Team formed to rid the world of men pretending they're not bald. And it started with me, I think.
That's your calling.
And I showed up. I had like hair's thin since 18. Grow it out. I used to have the Bieber haircut, so it was like a long bowl cut. And it just kept it because as soon as you cut it, it does not come back.
Right.
And so I was holding on to it, and I showed up, and I was working at a weed farm, and I'm like super down bad. And I show up just to meet him because I had seen him posting on Facebook. It's about like real estate and stuff. We played sports in like middle school together. So it's just friends on like through the music scene and through that. And I show up just to be like, hey, what are you doing that you're making all this money? You like bought your dream car, bought a house, getting married. And I sit down and he looks at me and he's like, you're bald, right? And I was like, no, I'm not. I have hair. And I took a hat. I had a hat and I took my hat off and he goes, yeah, you're bald. And I was like, fuck. I put my hat back on. No one wants to be told that. And then he's like, you smell like weed. You're fat. You are bald. You have a shitty car. You have a shitty
motivational
job.
speak.
No,
Typical Zach.
And it was so brutal.
So dumb.
He's like, you have black fingernail polish. What the fuck are you doing? He's like,
he bullied you back to life.
Yeah, but I had never had anyone in my life who was willing to and able to just like be absolutely brutally honest with the things that
nobody does.
Yeah,
I was really talking to Ellie about that today.
Nobody has it.
And yeah, it took like another probably a year for me to shave my head, but you do 2 real estate agent headshots and there's no way you hide it. Like I tried everything. I tried the comb, I tried cut it short so it's not as noticeable, everything. And I was just finally like, bro, I just got to cut
I
it.
look at you. Bald is beautiful.
And then the first time I came in to the office with fully bald, I'm pretty sure he just like looked at me, and it was like the look you get from like your mentor, your father figure, who's just proud of you. And then I'm pretty sure he like touchdown. I'm pretty sure he like hugged me and then like rubbed my head. That's awesome. He was like, "You look good, man."
Yeah. I got that look from Zach in July when we had the Dream Team meeting, and I was the top salesman for the year too. Zach gave me one of these. He went, "That's all you get," but it means a lot. Yeah. All he goes, "That's it."
It's great. Yeah, Zach's one of those people too. It's like he gets a lot of mixed reviews.
Yeah,
you know, he does.
You love him or you hate him.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why.
Because he's a hammer, not the hug.
Yeah, some people can't handle being
the bully,
being so honest that without the fear of like, I don't care if I hurt your feelings because it's something you need to hear. He's not trying to. You're not trying to hurt anyone's feelings, but you also are like. I mean. I don't know if he was trying to hurt my feelings, calling me fat, ugly, bald, like smelled like weed.
It's motivational speech, brother.
Oh yeah,
I was
trying to save your soul.
At that time, I was coming to him because I had nothing else, and I had asked him to meet with me to talk about what he's doing, and like how he went from guy washing dishes, playing metal shows to like selling tons of real estate and having everything he wanted. And yeah, he was just brutally honest in a way that, you know, people who are willing to listen and accept it and put aside, like in the moment, I was like, fuck you. But then driving home, I was like, yeah, everything he said is exactly right. Like if I want to change.
Truth hits, bro.
Oh, it does.
Can't argue with the truth.
Yep.
I've had some of these people, you know, that have been in our lives. No names need to be disclosed or anything like that. And they're just. I think it's a lot of envy and hate, you know, and they're just jealous because they can't do it. And then you look at this young man, it's like in his 30s, you know, and he's killing the game, you know. And
yeah, but I don't fuck with people who, like, can't do their shit either. So.
No, yeah. But you know what I mean? But people get that, like, a different impression because of his success, you know what I mean? They get threatened by it, I think, too. A lot of the younger, his people.
What's crazy is you'll never get hate from someone who's doing better than you.
Oh, no. Never. Ever.
There's no frequency for that.
Most
There's no room
that
for that.
Don't like me either. Don't even know me.
That's just it too. You know, once you get to know, because Zach, to me, when I first met him, I was like, "Damn, this fucking guy's kind of hard to like get grasp of and stuff." But then it just started clicking with me, like, "Oh, okay, I know how he is." You know,
yeah, it's like, it takes a minute.
Well, it's a money thing too. You know, at first with me and him, it was a let's get this shit done and let's move on. And then the friendship came. You know what I mean? But at first, it was a money thing. You know, it was about money. I mean, period.
Yeah.
So.
The one thing that I have always really liked and like it's hard to find in people is you know exactly where you stand. Like we're talking about in the car, like men are simple creatures. We don't usually read into things very well. Can't really read between the lines for the most part. The one thing I've never had to worry about is knowing where I stand with Zach at any given time. Exactly. Like if I'm doing something wrong and he's upset, he's gonna tell me. If he doesn't tell me anything, then we're good. And when I do things right, he's gonna praise me for it. Right. Like he's proud when people do well, especially people around him.
Yeah, to me, the leash is long if you just say sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like so many people like. Do you know how many times Shawn's been like, "Oh yeah, bro, I fucked up." That's what it is. But that's why he is here. Yeah. But a lot of subcontractors too, they have that problem of like they don't want to say they fucked up.
Can't apologize.
And they usually blame other people.
Accountability is huge.
Most people don't want to do
anything. Relationships, your kids,
dude. Just say, yeah, my bad. Because here's the deal. Like even Burnoff in Arizona, he teaches this. He's like, even if you didn't do it and they think you did, it's real to them. So you better apologize and move on.
It's just because it's real to them.
It's real to them.
Perception is reality.
So it's like, you know, if someone feels that way, you like, and I never lived that life because I was always like, okay, well, logic, but it's like, you got to think to a person that thinks, oh, Zach's being mean. It doesn't make a difference. I think you're being mean. Yep. So it's like, oh shit. Okay. That's
the best advice for a man to hear for a woman. It's like, oh, they're mad because they think that happened. And
but it doesn't matter.
Did happen
it
for
doesn't
them.
matter what, it doesn't, like, you can always go back, calmer seas, and explain yourself to them and explain to them like where your heart was or whatever to show them that you really weren't trying to be mean. But if people tell you things, you should believe them.
Yep.
Like, and I never believed that because I was like, emotion's stupid and da-da-da-da-da. But when he put it that way, he said it in a way to me that was actually like factual. He was like, if Nick is sad and you made him sad, you should believe him because he's sad.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you think he should be sad.
Yeah.
You made him sad.
Right.
So it's like, fuck. That's a tough one to hear.
Extreme ownership.
Because you're like, well, that doesn't matter, but it matters because you did.
Because who else did it? No one else is in the room.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's like someone had to do it.
But once I feel like life can get a lot easier, and you actually can be a lot more understanding.
Yeah.
And sometimes again, it's like you don't always win that because emotions do come into play. But if you just like go like, even if you're annoyed, like damn, he's upset, like, but you just gotta believe him because it's like it's gonna. You're actually gonna be able to fix the problem if you believe him.
Yep.
Oh man, I hurt this dude's feelings. Doesn't matter if you think that they should have hurt feelings. It's just go, okay, whatever. You're gonna get over it quicker if you're just like, my bad. I didn't mean to do that. Like, but I hear what you're saying. My bad. Move on. Mm-hmm. You actually get through it faster.
True. You accept
it's just kind of an interesting thing.
It's a dance. Yeah, for sure. What's your favorite like quote? Like you said, Nietzsche. Like, is there anything off the top of your head that's like other than like don't quit, don't give up? What's like a thing that you're like it's on your heart? You're like, this is my shit. Like
your core.
Just family first.
Yeah.
I mean, really, to be honest with you, I live for my family, my two and grandma. I live for those people. You know, so don't really have a quote or anything. I just if you want it, go get it. It's out there for you.
Yeah.
Work, and work. Don't stop working.
Fire.
That's it. Just if you stay working, you're gonna be great.
Dude, stay working, and you'll be great.
I think that's good.
Casey's giving us the hook.
Send us the outro.
This is the Dream Team Podcast, Beyond the Boundaries. Special guest, Shawn Miller. Great to have you, bro.
Thank you, brother.
First podcast down in the new...
First podcast down in the
dungeon.
New digs.
The man cave. Thanks for watching, y'all. We'll see you soon for the next one. Peace.